Why are we standing here?
Because I'm a dumbass and I forgot my lanyard in my car.
Oh.
Luckily, we're only four stops down, so. Hey everyone, this is Russell.
And this is Diz.
And we just wanted to kind of give you a guided tour of the Game On Gaming Expo, which we attended August 11th through the 13th in Phoenix, Arizona. And right now what you're looking at is, like, they had a main stage kind of set up. It was at the Phoenix Convention Center this time instead of Mesa, which there was good parts and bad parts. I guess we'll get to that through the video here. But basically those are all the YouTubers that were there, I think, for the most part. The GameSack was missing though.
Yeah, I didn't see GameSack there.
But definitely less YouTubers there. Like Alpha wasn't there, but I was very impressed, as you can see, with their arcade setup. They had a lot of pinball machines. You know, and I believe this part of the video might have been taken Friday a little bit earlier, so it wasn't quite as crowded. I was able to get to all sorts of machines. It was great, man. As you can see, this cosplayer guy here, he's how hot do you think it was in that suit?
It's probably pretty toasty.
Yeah, I mean, we live in the desert, and it wasn't one of the hottest summer days or weekends, I would say, but dude, he's got to be cooking.
You never know, it could be two kids on each other's shoulders.
Or it could be two little people.
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, we're going to start walking through the vendor area. And that was one of my things. Oh, I got to point out that NES, that Contra NES I was thinking about, but when I first saw it, it was awesome. I came back and, I think I could live without it.
To me, it looks too homemade.
Yeah, definitely a custom job.
Yeah.
A lot of those bead things, or what are those called? Do you know?
I don't know, it's like bead art or...
Yeah, a lot of that stuff. This I thought was Pat's book. I thought someone was trying to resell it, but on closer inspection, it's not. But you know, real tempted to pick up books like that. But honestly, when am I gonna open that up when I can just look it up on the internet?
Yeah,
it's too easy. Just walking through the vendor halls. Now, as I was saying about the vendor halls, I felt there was less vendors this year than compared to maybe the last two. What do you think?
It's hard to say, really. I thought it was kind of comparable.
Well, I felt like definitely. Well, okay. Here's the setup right here, so you can kind of see it's one big room. But that was the map. But getting back to the vendors, there was. I felt years past there was a lot more stuff that I really, really wanted.
A lot more games?
Just of everything in general. Games, memorabilia, like decorations for my room, things like that. Like, I was really eyeballing this Titanfall special edition, and I was really close to getting it. I even packed some games and stuff, but to trade in. But at the end of the day, I felt it was a little too high priced.
Well, the first year I bought two PlayStation games, Lunar and Grandia.
Right.
And then the second year I didn't buy anything. This year I bought two games, Lunar 2 and Parasite Eve, both PlayStation games. So I was able to find something that I wanted this year, which was an improvement over the second year, which I didn't find anything.
Yeah, I picked up a couple things. Nothing that's really hard to find, but picked up the Telltale Game of Thrones for Xbox One, and I think it was Command & Conquer 2 for the 360. I'm real into the strategy craze right now. I also love those Telltale games. Let's see here. Oh, this booth right here, I thought they were actually selling all of those things, but it's actually just the protectors.
Yeah.
Like, I saw they had the NES Mini and everything like that. I'm like, ugh.
More of that bead art.
Yeah, more of that. Bunch of that stuff everywhere. Oh, before we saw that, did you see all the knives that kiosks that held the knives and swords and stuff set out? Now, one thing I always wondered, we had to have our bags checked when we went in there for weapons and stuff like that. Why would you need to bring a weapon in if you can just buy one there I mean, how does that work? Do they give it to you maybe when you get out, or?
I don't know.
That's really weird. And they're just like right there. They just have that thin plastic over there.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody wanted to, they can grab a knife, stab somebody, or a sword, a katana, whatever. Got some more games here. I thought these were pretty cool, but I have so much stuff that I still need to hang on my walls as it is. I don't know if I even have room, because once I get everything hung, I don't know. Those, I'm not sure what those, they were like stormtroopers. I think they were like Wolfenstein cosplayers. There's that special edition I was telling you about, but
Yeah.
they like were putting like boxes and stuff on top of it, so they didn't really care that much about it, and it was on the ground. So I was gonna try to work a deal with them, but I just decided. I mean, this stand right here is Fallout Games, which is a local store, so it's not like I can't go find it. I really don't think it's sold at the convention. I really just want the statue that's in there. And what do you think of the prices in most of these places?
I thought it seemed about asking price, I guess.
Some stuff, I don't know. Like,
I mean, you could always make an offer too. Like I made an offer, saved $10.
okay.
For 2 games, they were asking 90 for the Lunar, 20 for the Parasite Eve. So I told them I'd give them 100 for both.
Yeah. It's that Alienware VR, I guess. And they had like some gaming kiosks back there. And like over back to the right where the entrance was, they had a call center simulator. Oh, here's where they give you all the information. And we went to a panel for Blank Trigger Gamers, which was pretty good. It was called See No Gaming. And basically they just had audience members play a game blindfolded with the audience and the panel just trying to help them play. And they had prizes and stuff like that. It was pretty entertaining. I liked it.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is, that call center simulator. I don't know. I think my main disappointment, if I was to have one, would be the vendor area. Everything else I loved. So, well, I wish the cosplay area was a little, bigger.
This is where I bought the
Oh, that
games
is?
there. Yeah, from
Okay.
those guys right there.
Nice. You just keep picking up PS1 titles.
It seems that way.
That's where you get all your hard to find PS stuff. I was hoping they were going to have a Gears of War Lancer at that booth there.
Yeah.
I would have picked that up. I've wanted one of those for the longest time. Look at some of the prices here. Look at this. Oh, that little Samson. I don't know if you can see. I think it's... Oh, man. I missed it there, but I think there was one in box at another booth. It was like $2,800, dude. I thought there was like the gaming, the retro gaming scene was taking like a little bit of a recession, But not with those kind of prices. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, who has a couple $1,000s to throw down on an NES game?
Not me.
Especially when you can just emulate it off the internet.
True, or get one of those multi-carts. That's what the Blank Triggers used on their panel.
Are those even legal?
I think it's a gray area because a lot of the titles are so old. I mean, they're not going to really... I don't know.
Shenmue's $50.
Yep. You gave me that game. I have that.
Yeah. We never played it though.
These were some nice display cases, though.
Yeah.
I was eyeballing a couple handhelds. Like, they had a modded backlit Game Boy. I felt they just wanted a little bit too much. I know you were looking for some t-shirts.
Yeah, I was mainly looking for Camp on Awana. For the viewers out there, it's from Salute Your Shorts.
It's an awesome show.
Nickelodeon, back in the 90s.
It's a great show.
Yeah, I would have settled for Camp Crystal Lake shirt, but unfortunately we couldn't find either of those.
Today there was another booth that we didn't hit up. I even asked them, and for Camp Crystal Lake and Camp Anawana, and they were kind of younger, so they knew what Crystal Lake was. They're like, "That's Friday the 13th, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and they didn't even bring up Anawana, so I could tell they didn't know. There are a lot of little vendors and stuff. Nothing too crazy. This one, not this one right here, but the one behind it, there was some pictures. Hopefully I'll be turning around here. And they actually had quite a few pictures that I liked and wanted. However, like I said, I don't have everything already on my walls, so I think they're probably full. Hopefully I swing around here. And then, let's see, we're walking back towards the front. So basically, if you walk down straight that way, which I'm turning now towards the game area, back behind me is the vendor area. So this area was pretty cool. I loved how they had this set up. And like on Friday, I even posted up on a Xbox, brought my own Wi-Fi, everything. Okay, I got to comment on something here. I'll tell you the whole story, because you weren't there on Friday. You went Saturday, and we had a blast. But Friday, it was perfect because there wasn't too many people there. I was able to get onto consoles, and Microsoft brought a bunch of like those portable clamshell Xbox One portable cases. Awesome. They brought a bunch of games, and they're like, "Hey, here you go play, have fun."
Play.
Headsets, everything. Yeah, play, have fun. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reference. But anyway, I posted up on one, and I'm like, okay, so let's log in on my gamer tag and let's play some games or whatnot. Well, fail on their part. I mean, they did everything perfectly except for they didn't provide any Wi-Fi or anything. So I ended up using my phone's hotspot, and I had a whole bunch of data saved up. So I was playing for hours. As you can see, this is the whole setup they had. I mean, you know about it, but they had a couple of different games on each one. It was really cool. They had some PlayStation consoles, but for some reason Sony had no presence at this expo. It was like some other private company that you had to rent the controller and the game from. All these other stations that you're looking at, the retro stuff, that was all free to play. It was great. Coming back to the main stage, I think we're going to be coming up on like where you can get autographs and things like that. And that was another thing. There wasn't a lot of people that I knew who they were, so I didn't really want to get too many autographs.
The biggest celebrity I knew that was there was Quentin Flynn. He did the voice of Raiden on Metal Gear Solid 2, and I'm assuming Metal Gear Solid 4.
You did mention that. Oh, guys, what we're looking at right now, this is the small cosplay area. So, as you can see, there was some there. There was a lot more at different times. They were doing some contests, and then this is also where the panel rooms were. There were 2 panel rooms, and then one room for like board games, card games. We're gonna look in. This is one of 2 of the panel rooms. We're gonna, I think, take a peek in here. Oh, and then right over here is the where the card games and board games and stuff were set up. There was a lot of people with costumes on, but the area they had reserved for them was a lot smaller than last time. Remember the Mesa one that they had that whole huge hallway, and in that kind of greeting area? Alright, so now we're back. This is actually like the food court area at the other end. Kind of just doing a pan. Now this booth right here had some cool stuff in it, but check out the prices on a lot of this stuff. It's crazy. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. $350. I mean, I'm guessing if he's selling it for that much, it's worth it possibly to someone. Any plans or predictions? Do you think it's going to stay in Phoenix?
I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. I kind of liked it over at Mesa, but that's just because we're more near Mesa than Phoenix, and it's less of a commute.
That's true. Mesa was a lot closer. Okay, they had some weird booths set up like that. See that? It's LASIK vision?
Yeah, there was like LASIK vision, some sort of like solar.
Solar and windows. Yeah, solar and windows and doors.
Liberty Mutual was there.
And then there was some super religious older ladies.
Oh, yeah.
It had nothing to do with video games.
Yeah.
I was thinking about asking, like, all right, seriously, how many solar windows have you sold at this convention? I mean, let's see here. Coming up, let's see. I think it's this one coming. I think it might be the one. Yeah, actually, I think it's this one right here. This is the booth where I got my 2 games that I bought. And then right here those were some badass controllers. Some they were PS4. Nothing against PS4, but if they were Xbox controllers, I would have went home with one.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was looking at the controllers. They seemed pretty cool. There was one in particular I liked, but I just don't really need another controller right now.
Do you remember what they were even asking for them?
I don't recall.
They were pretty cool looking. Those guys did them all of themselves too. They weren't low quality by any means. A lot of games. A lot of art. Mostly like a lot of arts and crafts stuff. I mean, you always get a lot of that, but I feel that this one it was a bit heavy on that and a bit light on games itself. Surprised to see that was an Alien Covenant game.
Is that the new one?
Yeah, that's the latest one.
Did you play it?
No, I actually did not. It was always taken.
Oh.
Even when it was slow.
Yeah, I didn't really play any arcade games either.
What's that?
I didn't play any arcade games.
I played a couple. It's just most of it was Friday because I didn't have to wait long if there was anyone happened to be playing the machine I wanted. I really like what they did though with the how they had the gaming area. It wasn't so spread out there. It was kind of more together. Definitely cool. Nice facility. Just too bad it was farther away. Did you talk or meet with any of the YouTubers?
No.
I met Ian, super nice dude.
Shake his hand?
Yeah. And Metal Jesus, finally caught up with him after 2 conventions. He's a hard man to track down.
I didn't even see Metal Jesus there.
Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like we're nearing the end of our tour. We're heading back towards the YouTubers area and the autograph area. And basically, all the YouTubers you saw up on stage when the video first started, they've got their respective booths back there. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching our tour. This is Russell.
And this has been Diz
with Grimster Gaming. And as always,
Game
on.
on.